Samation TV only lasted 5 weeks, not 5 minutes. I make videos, I receive barely views. But I didn't really have an idea for a video. Don't ever let me do that again. Hello, average viewer, casually watching from wherever you are. Welcome to Samation TV. If you're looking for a high quality, innovative and fresh style of YouTube that's never, ever, ever been done before, you're in the wrong place. But don't click away just yet, because I'm going to talk about learning. Invigorating. Learning means something different to everyone. Experts generally define learning as something that causes a permanent change in our behaviours and approach to the world. I mean, those experts who came up with that definition probably love learning just like you and me. Yeah. But let's be honest, the average YouTube viewer, or the average anyone for that matter, probably doesn't enjoy learning. But why is that? To me, the reason for this is because of school and education. You know, that bunch of people who have high pants, sweaty armpits, and look like they've had a rod wedged up their backside every time they walk into a classroom? Yeah, them. Our world is changing, people are changing, the workplace is changing. Schools are still stuck in the industrial era when child slavery was totally what all the cool kids were doing. Even then, I suppose it still beats the even more painful selfie trend going on.
Take a selfie. Take a selfie. Take a selfie.
Take a seat, take a break, and shut the hell up. Back in the industrial era, educators didn't need kids to come up with their own ideas or even to have an original thought. These kids were just gonna go and work in factory, so they needed them to obey commands. Sit down, stop talking, do your work. Don't itch your nose while I'm talking to you. But the world is completely different now. The workplace is completely different now. Employers want independent, critical thinkers who can work well in a group setting. This is completely different to the education system. Schools have a purpose to prepare people for the working world. So when you have kids who can't come up with their own ideas, have no self-assurance or self-confidence, no independence, not able to work in a group setting because they've been taught to sit down and be quiet and just read from a book, we've got a problem. Education also seems to love to take this one-size-fits-all approach. I know maths, English and science all have fundamental skills that we all need. You know, they're all really important, which is why employers still ask for them. But there are some things that I just don't think need to be taught, and I feel like a lot of people agree with me on this. We don't know real-life application skills, but at least we know trigonometry in the nth term. When was the last time you used that to save someone's life in the street? When did you need that when you were struggling to pay your rent? For the education system to work, we have to just stop with this one-size-fits-all approach, presuming that the same thing will work for everyone. Everybody is different. Let the doctor be a doctor. Let the athlete be an athlete. Let the artist be an artist. Let the politician go and sit in the naughty corner and think about why it's wrong to tell fibs. There's also the matter of reputation. Reputation, whether they'll admit it or not, is everything to educational establishments, particularly secondary schools. I actually saw a speech from a teacher who was delivering it to a bunch of year 11 students who were leaving school, 16 years old. This year group, early on when they were younger, had issues with behaviour. So the teacher felt the best thing that had come out from all of them, you know, not just one person but everyone, because that's what matters, the whole group of people rather than the individual, let's get that right now, was the fact that their reputation had improved. They weren't seen as badly behaved, and that was everything in the world today, perhaps the most important thing. No. Just no. Like, no. Whatever happened to freedom of thought? Whatever happened to doing something no matter what other people thought? Whatever happened to not going along with the crowd and just trying to fit in? The best minds and the best people, you know, Einstein, Ali, Gates, Jobs, the list goes on. Do you think they tried to fit in with everyone else? But my point is, it's so wrong. It's all about Ofsted reports and exam results for them and reputation, and yeah, so maybe reputation is everything to them, but I don't think it should be. Kids need to be encouraged to follow what they think is right, what's right for them, not just to play to someone else's tune. Don't get me wrong though, some teachers are absolutely amazing. Like I had, when I was 15, 16 years old, I had a music teacher, and he was just brilliant because you could tell how much he loved what he did, and I think that just rubbed off on the students he was trying to teach. But even brilliant teachers like that find it hard because they have to play to the tune of the national curriculum, so he's limited to what he can actually teach us. And it must be annoying because can you imagine teaching the same thing for 20 years in a row? It's quite hard for any teacher, passionate or not, to stay engaged with that, and then that obviously rubs off on the students. Some things, like I said before, aren't as relevant as others to be teaching people. So what do we do? Because I know what you're thinking. Oh, but Sam, it's all fair and good saying about all these problems if you can't think of a solution. Yeah, I know, it's all fair and good me just complaining about everything without offering a decent solution. Maybe, just maybe, where we need to be looking towards is Finland. About 20 or 30 years ago, Finland was failing as a country with education. They were terrible. In the league table, they were falling at the bottom when competing against other countries for success in education and going on into employment. So they had a complete rethink about what they were going to do. They took competition out of the education system. They stopped focusing so much on the generic subjects like maths, English, science, and amongst other things, children went to school a bit later at 7 years old, so kids could just be kids. A big thing that a lot of countries, including the UK and the USA, didn't understand was that Finland only had one test for their students, and that was at age 16. Now, they didn't expect really to score too much higher in this international league table because they weren't being competitive anymore. Since the 1990s, if they haven't finished at the very top, they've finished in the top 3. Maybe what we need to do is stop having this one-size-fits-all approach. Stop trying to put kids against each other and get them competing all the time. Stop with the unnecessary tests and unnecessary information that we're giving people, and focus on what matters, which is each and every student. Yeah, of course, we are a different country. If you think of the UK, we are a different country to Finland, but that doesn't mean that we can't learn lessons from it. And to be honest, the education system is in turmoil anyway, so why not give it a go? But anyway, thank you for watching. If you have an opinion on this, please do comment below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post high quality content, sort of. Finally, thank you to all of my grand total of 4 viewers watching at home, and I will see you in the next video.